What up YouTube, it's Misery Hates Company. In this video, we're looking at Diablo Immortal developer Q&A, and I'm gonna tell you straight up front, you're gonna wanna watch this video to the very end because they literally leak some pretty crazy stuff. And in fact, literally the video I came out with yesterday, by the time you're watching this video, covered a lot of the sneak peeks or leaks that were coming to the game, and some of them were already confirmed in this Q&A series. So let's get straight into the good stuff, and I'm so excited they're doing this. This was really a just awesome way for the developers to answer some hot topics for the community. And yeah, I think you're all going to find a lot of enjoyment about some of the answers, and I think you'll find some other ones a little interesting. So let's get straight to it. All right, so first things first, so this is actually going to be, this came out literally yesterday by the time you're watching this video, and they are going to start a new series of Q&As with the developers of Diablo Immortal, which is just beautiful on both behalf of Blizzard, Activision, just everyone involved. So welcome to the official Diablo Immortal Q&A series. About once a month, the development team at both Blizzard and NetEase will select a handful of burning questions from the community to respond to. Both the question and answers will be posted below. We hope that this series is to not only be educational, but provide an additional level of transparency between the development teams and players. I could not have said that better myself. Obviously, it's very much a PR statement, but it's a very good one. This is what we want to see. This is what anyone should want to see out of a game that they're playing, especially in my case, where I'm now making content for a game, is transparency. Transparency is always good. So first question, let's go ahead and scroll up a little bit. So November 30th, like I said, this came out yesterday. I really like some of the recent updates, such as set crafting. Will there be any future updates? Answer: we plan to continue our regular content update cadence of roughly 2 updates a month, every 2 weeks bi-weekly. This is essentially what they're saying there. With regards to changes such as set item crafting, we're planning to further improve the set item collecting experience in our next major content update on December 14th. And I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. They referenced this major content update several times in this Q&A about what's coming in literally 2 weeks. So it's super awesome. So it doesn't necessarily say too much, but they're going to work on it. They're going to go into a little bit more detail here in a second. I was busy working for a while and did not play much. And now most of the players on my server are Hell level 5, while I am still in Hell level 3. That is literally my exact situation. It's really hard to find a dungeon party. Facts. Does the Diablo Immortal development team have any plans to make this easier? This is, I think a lot of people are in the situation where they're either coming back to Diablo or they're playing Diablo Immortal for the first time, and it just feels really rough trying to catch up. I mean, like, it's not necessarily that the Paragon level, like, you get the 400% XP, which helps tremendously. It's really the combat rating that is just a nightmare to improve, because I mean, you need to in order to get to Hell 5, you have to get Hell 4 gear, and in order to get Hell 4 gear, you have to clear level 95 in the Challenge Rift solo. You can't do it as a team, which I learned the hard way. And so it definitely makes it very rough to try to catch up, because the drops aren't amazing, especially as a free-to-play. So let's see what they say. We are working on additional changes that will be added to Diablo Immortal in the coming months. These changes will make catching up to the rest of your server easier. This includes increasing the experience boost if you're significantly behind server Paragon level, and exploring ways for players who are behind to raise their combat to raise their combat rating by increasing the rate at which they receive legendary and set items. That's right, legendary and set items. In Immortal's current form, there's a situation where a player can catch up in experience, but their combat rating is still too low to participate in various activities, literally. Another way we are improving player experience is through server merges. We have released 2 waves of server merges, and we'll continue to monitor server population, player behaviors to scope out additional server merges. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about server merges. I've heard servers that were completely, dead or limited population are seeing way more activity, which is phenomenal. But really, the biggest thing here is that they are hitting the nail on the head that it's not the leveling experience for the Paragon level that's the problem. It's the combat rating. I mean, right now I'm getting ready. I just hit level Paragon 200, and like, it does nothing for me. Like, I technically should be in Hell 4, but my combat rating is so low because I haven't played. I don't have any of the scrap material. I don't have high enough legendaries, or especially set gear. It's a nightmare trying to grind dungeons right now. And this is literally hitting the nail on the head as to what we need to catch up, which is phenomenal. It's also going to make it, in my opinion, a little bit easier to work on ults. So, which is very interesting to me as a content creator, because now I feel like I will have an easier opportunity to work on different heroes or classes in game and then make builds for them without actually having to transfer my tunes and grind legendaries and then go back to my main, which is my wizard. Because I'm gonna be honest, I love my wizard, and I will very likely play whatever new class comes out and switch to it, but I will probably still want to switch back to my wizard. That's just the type of content that I enjoy in, you know, WoW, or now in Diablo, and now in Diablo Immortal. Like, that's just the type of, you know, class that I enjoy. So this is a huge W in my opinion. When can I change my character's appearance, and when will we be able to hide our character's helmet? We are planning to release a feature for facial reconstruction in our next major content update on December 14th. Second time that's referenced. We have heard that the call of the ability to hide your character's helmet and fully understand the desire to see more of your character's face. We are already in the thick of production on this feature implementation. Stay tuned. So we mentioned this in the video I made yesterday, which is just phenomenal. I personally don't see a lot of interest in it. I want to say Veilshot covered this in his video when he read over the notes. I personally am more in it for the gear, so the cooler gear I have, the better. So I wouldn't necessarily want to go out of my way to like hide my helmet. But for those of you that, it's a different cosmetic, and it's obviously a free-to-play win that you can change what your face looks like in game. Hopefully they add more choices, because again, you have like 3 per class, which isn't great. But yeah, let's see what they come out with. And literally, again, referencing the December 14th update, which is really, really cool. It's literally 2 weeks away. When can we have a new zone? I want to farm somewhere new. Wow. Yeah. Look at this. You're in luck. Our next major content update will introduce a new zone, Stormpoint, that will expand the story of Diablo Immortal and introduce a new quest line. The new zone will provide players with more farming opportunities, bounties, and unique zone-wide events. Whoa. So this, in my opinion, like literally confirms that we're getting obviously a new zone. That they're confirming it here, but they're also basically confirming, I feel like you would get a new zone with a new hero, sort of like their backstory, if you will. So I feel like this is more or less confirming that we're going to be getting the Blood Knight. Stormpoint, yeah, very interesting. So, geez, that's just so awesome. Like, so much rich content is coming to the game in such a near future. I'm so glad I came back to the game when I did. I feel like this is just like the best time. They worked on sort of like the quality of life stuff for the past few months when I haven't been playing. Obviously, those of you that are watching that have been, playing and watching this entire time know exactly what I'm talking about and have kind of struggled through it and obviously voiced your concerns, which have benefited the rest of us, including myself. But this is beautiful. I mean, they're getting, it's like they did all the heavy lifting to get the game in a good, healthy spot, and now they're adding more content, which is what the game needed. It's just beautiful. Every time I try to find parties for a Heliquary boss raid, I need to wait for each boss to gather enough people. Why is this? We found that many players like to fight all the Heliquary bosses at once. In the upcoming major content update, again the 3rd or 4th time they reference this, on December 14th, it will be possible to change the raid target boss without exiting the raid, making it easier for adventurers to challenge different bosses in succession, which is honestly just a huge quality of life change. I'm sure it wasn't that massive of development needed on their end, but that is just very, very, just a massive quality of life change. And again, this just shows it's not a lot of questions, but it is the first one, and they did commit to the fact that they're going to be doing this on a monthly basis. So this is just this is all around just a big W for Diablo Immortal. It shows that Blizzard and NetEase are committed to making this game successful, that they're listening to their audiences, and they're offering more transparency. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that this Storm-E's new zone is basically confirming, like I said, the brand new class that's coming to the game, or do you think that we're just going to be getting just a new content or new zone and getting the Blood Knight at a later date? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until next time, guys, lock it in.